Hey you guys, happy Thursday. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day in the city. And we just have 2 more days of excellent weather before we get more freezing temps. So I decided to take advantage of the weather and take the afternoon off. It's technically our Friday today because tomorrow is, the kids are out of school tomorrow. So we will take any excuse to take a day off. So I decided that I needed to come out here and get some seeds started for the spring garden. I need to start the seeds, but I'm going to take them inside until our last frost date. So y'all probably saying, Nikki, that don't look like you're out there planting anybody's seeds. Let me put this down. And you're right, not yet. Basically what I'm doing right now is a little bit of prep. So I treat my outdoor spaces the same way I treat everything on the inside. And it's been everywhere. We've used this, I use it as a potting bench mainly, but we've used it as a bar over on the patio. We've used it as a little table that feeds into the grill for prep and stuff like that. And last thing we used it for, like I said, as a potting bench, but I made the mistake of moving it to over here by the garden, and the legs have started to rot out. So what I need to do is now, let me see, I'll show you that real quick. So you can see right there, the legs have started to rot out. So now I've got to come in here and cut that out. And y'all know I will take any excuse whatsoever to use power tools, and this is one of my newest babies. I've had her now for, I don't know, maybe about 2 years. No, maybe about a year. Anyway, so I'm going to use this to get rid of these legs here at the bottom, and then I'm going to take this back over to the patio because I need to use it as a potting bench to start my seeds, and I need it to be close to the house because I don't want to be going from way over here where I normally keep it, way over here to way over there to go in the house. It's not that far, y'all. It's really not. My backyard's not that big. But if I want to be lazy, I'm going to be lazy about it. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I'm going to carry that over there and start my seeds. Well, now that I've gotten that done, you guys, I realized something. I realized that some of my tools I've had for a really, really long time. Like since I first started in the industry, that's been like 16 years. And so I think it's time for an upgrade. What y'all think? You think I can convince the hubby that I need more tools, new tools, not more tools, new tools? I think it's time. 16 years, please, it's time. All right, y'all, I have a confession, 2 actually. So this bench used to be over in this spot probably about 2 years ago, and that's when I moved it over into the garden. And of course, I told you I'm trying to start my seeds. You can see some of my seed starting supplies back here. But the first confession is I took 4 inches off the bottom of this bench. When I used to have it over here, it was higher and I just would stand up and do all of my things. Once I took the legs off today, 4 inches off the legs today, I was going to put it back on stilts because I felt like it needed to be higher, because I was thinking about the way I used to use it, where I would just stand up and use it. But sometimes happy accidents happen, and this height now is absolutely dead on perfect for me to sit down. I'm sitting on a little stool that I actually bought for the garden but never got to use it because it just didn't fit. Now it's perfect. I can sit here and do all of my seeds and not have to be on my feet. That's the first confession. The second confession is I really am finding this very, very useful. Like I said, this table has been around the yard, starting out as the deck, becoming a bar, becoming a bench, a potting bench, all of these things. But now that I have it over here, I'm just like, I should revamp this again. It hasn't been painted or anything since we used it as a bar. When we used it as a bar, it was really nice. But since we stopped using it as that, I just let the elements take over. And I've not done anything to it, not painted it, varnished it, anything. This is good solid wood. And like I said, it's so functional over here that now I'm thinking I need to make this side of my patio pretty. I need to beautify it. Now y'all know that I don't just take on projects just for the sake of doing it. I really don't have time for that. And sometimes I'm just tired. But now after getting this over here and getting my seeds over here and grabbing a beer, I love this Shiner sea salt and lime. Really good, really refreshing. Anyway, sitting here like this, I'm like, yo, this might work. I can beautify this little area. Kind of like the other side. The other side kind of looks like inside the house. There's a clock and wall art and all these things. So I'm now thinking I should do the same over here and paint the door. So projects loading, maybe. Anyway, I gotta get going on these seeds, you guys. I'm gonna show y'all in just a second what I'm working with on these seeds. So lots of people make their own mixes, like they put together perlites and whatever else they put together. They make their own seed mixes. I don't do that. This is a takeout tray. I think there was a cake or something in here from our anniversary dinner that we had delivered because COVID. But anyway, that's what this is. And I said, I'm keeping that. And I have a bunch of them over here. Big ones, small ones. These are going to be for some of the bigger veggies. But so the reason I want to keep this is because once I fill it with soil, fill it with water, close it, it will act like a greenhouse. So I'm using standard potting soil, which as you know has more drainage than say a garden soil or a topsoil. It's a potting soil, and I'm going to mix in some seedling mix. So that's the only mixing I'm going to do. I keep my experimentation for the kitchen. So far you've seen me do 2 handfuls of the potting soil, and I'm just going to mix in one handful of the seedling mix, seed starting mix. This is kind of a big, actually I'm going to take some of that out. Take some out, that's too much. So anyway, it is kind of big, and I think I'm going to do, let's do some peppers. And basically, what I'm going to do, let's see if I can turn y'all around here. Let's start my sweet peppers, my banana peppers. I'm just going to take some of these, a handful of them, if I can get them out. Take a handful of them. What's that, 6 seeds, I think. And I'm just going to spread them over. Space them apart a little bit so they have a little bit of room. So I don't know if you can see this, but like there's a seed there, there's a seed there, and they're just sprinkled around. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the soil mixture and sprinkle it just a little bit over the top. These don't need to be buried too deep, because even when you plant them out, they only go like a 1/4 inch deep. So that's all I'm doing. And then this is a mixture of Epsom salts and water. Epsom salt water. And I'm just going to spritz the top. I mean, that should be enough to help these to germinate. So now I'm just going to take, I'll probably leave the top off. No, actually, I'm going to try it immediately with the top down. It's going to act like a greenhouse. I'm going to put the top down, and I'm going to take it inside and put it either in my ladies' lounge or in my office. My office gets the most light for the longest period of the day. My ladies' lounge is quite a lot of light too, but I'm in my office more, so I would be able to monitor it. So that's it. That's how I'm starting my seeds this year. I do have some standard pots that already had soil in them. This is another way that I start them. They have soil, and I just label them with, what is this called? Masking tape with the name of whatever's in there. And same process, basically, except that I wet down the entire pot when I do it like this. And then I use trays like this. This is a tray that was left over from cookies that my mom had. And I just reuse this tray, put the water in the bottom of the tray, and let it soak up through the bottom of the pots. So that's it, you guys. That's how I'm starting my seeds. If you are starting seeds, let me know if you have a different way. Oh, yeah, let me know your method, how you're starting your seeds. There is one other method that I use, but like I said, I'm running out of time, running out of daylight. But that is to use two other methods, actually. I use eggshells. I save my eggshells, and instead of putting them in compost, crushing them and putting them in compost, I just poke a hole in the bottom and do this same process with the soil and add my seed, and that is a compostable seed starter. I don't have to transplant the seeds. All I do is just put the whole thing in the ground when the seedling starts to grow. Also, egg cartons, not the styrofoam ones, the ones that are cardboard, kind of like cardboard, and they are compostable. Use those as well to start seeds. So anyway, several methods that I use. I may be back out here tomorrow because it's supposed to be a pretty day, but we shall see. Until then, you guys, bye. Have a great day.